and welcome to Music at the Piano. In today's video we're going to go over pages 91 and 92 in the Older Beginner Level 2 textbook by Mayron. In the description you can find playlists for a playlist of all the other videos in this level of Older Beginner Level 2, as well as playlists of different levels of beginning learning to play the piano. We're still in the bass clef this video, and I think one more video before she has another hands together piece. And they're focusing on learning certain note names. Remember, the two dots go around the line that is F, which means that this line up here is A. This is middle C on my keyboard. Oops, sorry about that. I sometimes forget to move the light. So this is the A that they're talking about here. This is an octave below middle C. This is bass C, sometimes called C3. But first I want to play and count, and I would recommend that you clap and count because this is a 3/4 meter piece, and we don't hear a lot of 3/4 meter in popular music, so sometimes people have trouble moving on after 3 counts. This has got an anacrusis or a pickup note, and the other 2 beats are down here. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, ready, go, and I'll play and point and count, and you should clap along with me unless you're an experienced 3/4 time player. 1, 2, 3, ready, clap. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hold 2. This is in C major. This interval right here is the interval of a sixth. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a space note to a line note skipping 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5. Wait, no, don't count that one. Okay, that one, skip, 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 skip. So it's a space note to a line note skipping 4 other lines of spaces. So 6 notes altogether, interval of a sixth. In solfege, that's from do to la. All right, then we go down a third, which in solfege is from la to fa, back to do, which is down a fourth. This is up a fifth from here, which is so, down a third to mi, down a second to re, up a second to mi, up a second to fa, repeat, down a second to mi, down a second to re, up a second to mi, up a second to fa, up a second to so, down a fifth to do. Up a sixth, down a third, down a fourth, up a fifth, down a third, down a second, up a second, up a second, repeat, repeat, repeat. And then instead of switching directions to get away from the tonic, at the end they go to the tonic. So it's a 2-part piece. Here's part 1, which we call A. And this is part 2, which we call A prime, because it just ends a little bit differently than A, but other than that, it's completely the same. So the solfege is do, la. I can do this. Do, la, fa, do, so, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, sol, do, la, fa, do, so, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. And the reason for doing solfege is to help you or your student to develop a good inner ear, so you can hear what the pitches should be, and whether or not, then you'll know whether or not you're actually playing the right pitches. Technique is just making sure that your arm is aligned behind the finger that is playing. They give you the fingering. Over here I would go to 1 and then 3. So your thumb, because you're stretching further than a fifth, you're stretching up a sixth but also a fifth, you have to move your thumb around a little bit. If you have trouble remembering fingering, then I would put the 1 here and the 2 there, especially the 2 there. That's a little bit different. And then the 1 here and the 3 there. And that will keep you from playing a different fingering. And the trick to learning music really quickly, one of the tricks is to play the same fingering, play the same correct fingering over and over again. If you play different fingering, it makes it longer. It takes longer to learn a piece. All right, so I'm going to just play it for real. You might need to practice it a little bit to get up to this speed, although I'm not going to play it terribly fast. 1, 2, 3, ready, play. And then you might also want to name the notes, practice naming the notes of the piece. And here's a little exercise for doing that. That, of course, is A, F. There's your bass C. Up a third from C is E, E. This one isn't in the piece, but it's one of the notes that we learned in previous pieces. That's a G, and there's D. If you've memorized the lines of the bass staff, remember it's G, B, D, F, A. And the space notes in between are A, C, E, G. Now we'll look at page 92, which is in D minor. And in fact, it's in D harmonic minor. And the reason I know that is because you have an F natural, you end on a D, and you use a B flat and a C sharp. The D natural minor scale looks like this. D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C natural, D, because it is the relative minor of F major, and F major has a B flat in it. So I have other videos where I explain about major and minor scales, but D minor will use the same notes as the F major scale, only going from D to D. But sometimes composers like to add a C sharp, and then we say that that piece is using the harmonic minor scale, because having a C sharp gives you a major 5 chord, a major chord built on the 5th degree of the scale, which would not be there if there was not a C sharp there. And you'll learn more about that later. So again, it's in 3/4 time. You clap and count, and I'll play and count. 1, ready, clap. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Really? Aha! I didn't look ahead. They're going to make you squish up to 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3. Sorry to freak out in the middle of counting there. So if you have a pencil, you might want to highlight this. And then the other weird thing is here. Oh, this is very complicated. Okay, so anyway, there's F, there's D. D, up a third, repeat, down a second, up a third, down a third, down a third, up a third, repeat, down a second, down a second, tied, down a second, up a third, repeat, down a second, up a second, and that's where it starts to differ from here. Up a third, down a second, down a third, up a second, repeat, down a third, up a second. So we should take a look at, as soon as we do the solfege, then we'll take a look at these 4 bars there. So it's going to be, so when you have in minor, if you're using movable do and you're using D as do, then this won't be me, it will be may. And this won't be la, it will be lay. And this will be T. So it's do, mi, so, fa, mi, so, mi. Do, mi, so, fa, mi, re. Do, mi, so, fa, mi, fa, lay. So, mi, do, re, ti, do. Sounds very spooky. All right, so to get this figured out, we're going to use 1 on the A, 2 on the F, 3 on the D, 2 on the E, 4 on the C sharp, and 3 on the D. And beyond that, it's all pretty straightforward. You have your fingers in the D minor 5 finger pattern, and those are the fingers you use. This is another 2-part form. So here's A and here's A prime, only it's almost different enough to be a B, but because it starts off the same, we'll call it A prime, but it's very different. Although it does this backwards there. So it's kind of a technique to hold things together. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 4, 3, and we're going to practice that maybe 10 times so that it gets comfortable. Then add these 2 bars, 1 on G, and then just collapse your thumb, collapse this knuckle joint of your thumb so that it's easy to roll over rather than crossover. Crossover kind of implies a lot of movement. If you just roll over your thumb, you can get to 2 there, and your thumb almost, if you relax your thumb, it'll stay there on the A. And then we'll try it from the beginning of the A1 section. 5, 3, 1, 1, 2, scrunch your thumb next to, and then collapse your thumb, very busy thumb. I'll do that one more time so you don't have to rewind the video to do that. So it's 5, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. Just let the thumb relax up to the G. Roll over, 2 on the B flat, 1 on A, stretch a little to 2 on F, stretch a little to 3 on D, and then back to kind of a consecutive finger normal thing. And here is the whole piece. 1, ready, go. So it's a little bit clever because in addition to reviewing the notes that she's hoping you'll lock into in the bass clef, she's also introducing this fairly complicated technical idea here. So you got the D here, that's a G, that's a G, that's an E. You should do this before you listen to the answers. That's an F, that's an E, that's a D, that's a C, and that's an E. All right, have fun.